All right, this is another video I'm making. This is video specific to my testimonies in regard to my targeting. As time comes, they're trying to continuously create stories, nonsensical stories, falsify stories, memories where they create and change and manipulate memories. And I'm here to testify and to not only just to understand that I'm not subscribing to this, but um, to even put a stamp on it in regard like not only I know it's falsified, not only I know you guys are just this pathetic, you know, it's sad, but you guys are trash. This is your job. These people are supposed to be shameless. Self-respect in this situation is not something that they're. This is not a place for that. And I think because I'm calling that out, is gonna make it worse because they're trying to, you know, make it up for it. Um, and and that's what's happening. So reason why I'm making this specific video, I just wake up. Obviously, they're going through their nastiness. They were trying to create this. I know these people are truly thinking about or are going to do something of the nature of framing. They talk about they're gonna implant child porn in my computers. Somebody's gonna tell me, somebody's gonna say that I did something to their children. So they continuously talk about framing, which of course, if they do this, they will also be able and very much easily framing a lot of things in regard to the manipulations in my mind and my memories. Uh, uh, there's one thing they're doing right now, and I talked about it before. They go into memories and see what they can manipulate around to create this a false narrative. One thing they've been doing too is seeing who they can make somebody look underage and make me believe it, even when it's just as obvious as it gets. Especially with my memories, as you can hear, my memories being just slowly going away. That's the easier for them to manipulate and create a new version at this moment, and you see how desperate it gets. And I like to tell the story of what they're doing. I know it's very specific, but I want to say the story so that you hear and understand how this manipulation can be applied onto maybe another target individual in different fashion. So I remember in October of 2021, I went on a date with somebody. Walked to her place, made dinner for her, stayed around. I think I walked back home around 11 or so, or right before midnight, or something like that. Right before midnight, or about midnight, or a little before midnight. Then I walk back. Now I live in this place where there's a bunch of restaurant, bars, clubs, things like that. Places where there's a nightlife around there on a Saturday nights. So as I'm walking back, I'm seeing a group of women. Right, I'm talking about. I give the 26 to 29 around that age, like mid to late 20s. Walking, the first one look at me. I know, and I'm holding my little like bag because I went to this girl's place, cooked dinner for her, and I'm walking back. I'm walking back, and as I'm walking back, this th- th- this this girl who looks at me, she just look at me, and she winks at me, right? And I know she's a perp, so I'm like, whatever. I keep going behind her. There's a group of her friends, all about the same age, dressed like they just came out from they're going out, right? They have like their going out dresses and everything else. This like a girls' night out kind of thing looking, and it seems like they just got out of one of the restaurant place there, looking like it's a night out for girls. And so as they come in, there's a bunch of them. Some of them look a little bit, they all look about the same age. Some a bit like a little bit younger than them. Some of them, but all about, I'll give 26 to 29 years old. And so now what they're doing is they try to focalize on one that looks more on the 26-year-old age range, and try to make me imagine her as an underage, and even making her memory of her to look younger So they're literally changing the memory of how she actually looks like, because it's just like, it's what, 2 years ago or so. And it's like it was just a moment that I'm walking home, and so like it's not somebody that's engraved in my brain as if, oh, but I remember the moments, but like the specific face, I actually remember the first person that wink at me more. The rest, is a, but I try to change that to make them look a little bit younger, especially one maybe underage when she's not. And you see that it's obvious, the setting, the group of friends, like everybody, like they dress it, like a group of girls that just like in the 20s, mid to late 20s, just coming back from a bar, restaurant place, dressed like it's, just like it's like a night out thing. And they're trying to create this to be under, like, I have no doubts, but because my memories are so fried up and so manipulated, they change it. But this is not even like, and now they're giving me stimulations and giving me feelings, and I was like, oh, this is so sad, right? And the reason why I remember this group of girls, and adults, I should say, in the 20s, late mid to late 20s, is because as I'm walking, they just made sure that, you know they get noticed. The first one just went at me like that, and so I was like, okay, this group of people obviously are involved in this, which I'm not surprised. And they all walk by me. All look kind of the same age, you know, uh, from 26 to 29. And so they're trying to now make me like be like, oh man, she's, well, she's like, of course I know that you guys are now just trying to find somebody that you can make me imagine being underage, because you want to create your stories. And so they're desperate at this point to just wanting to live this fantasy. So when I make this video, I was like, I know that you guys are creating stories like that, where you want me to imagine them underage. They're like, in my head's like, no, it was like a girl's night out, but they chose one of the underage sister to control, like, just to come up with stories. You understand? That was not like family nights, right? You see, and this place I used to live was a bunch of like places where people could go out for drinks and whatnot. And so now that's they try to change and create stories, and that's that. It's like, you see, we proved it. Like, in my head, it's like, how did you think they're pretty? I was like, oh my gosh, it's so sad. And they try to just create the stories to make you accept this BS, because they do this pedophilia type of tormenting. And sometimes it's not even about you being interested; it's about you think. It's just nonstop. And so you got to be understanding that these people are not the people who are here to try to analyze you or what you are. They know what you are, and they try to change it into something else. And their job is to paint you as if you're something else. I keep hearing calling me I'm a nothing, because when they do the things they do, they want to dehumanize the person. That's typical tactic. When they have to make themselves so almost childlike to force you to accept these things. There's somebody who actually tried to throw the trash and try to make me believe these things. They really want to. They have to make themselves think that you're nothing, because they're doing things that are just disturbing, embarrassing themselves. This is shameless, and I'm not even letting them live that fantasy. So I know my memory is just changing it to like somebody, like you try to change it into somebody younger, and it's like, and they're like, no, we proved using this weird childlike voice. Of course, they just these people can't even speak about an actual pedophiles. So now they are here looking in your mirror, look at somebody who they can make look like they're underage when they're not. She's like 26, 25, 26. I don't have doubt that it's around that age. I might be maybe a year or two off, but that's about it. And they try to create something else, because now my brain is just. And so you just gotta be strong and understand that uh, justice will be done, and these people have to create a reality, and that's what they do. Their job is to create a reality that they were supposed to sell out to me to make me believe. They have no shame. So to all my target individuals, stay strong and do not subscribe to this BS. Thank you.